This is the Player 4 Podcast. Join us each week as we talk about video games, entertainment, and pop culture, and bring in guests from the Rooster Teeth community. Player 4 has entered the game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the Player 4 Podcast. This week, we've got your hosts, Tristan, a.k.a. Shagrasir, on the Rooster Teeth website.
Oh, are you going third person on this? We also have Alex, aka Chaos Black 21. I think he's a pretty handsome guy right there.
And then we got the weirdo in the corner, Malachi, aka Tsukikiba. And we're gonna be without Joseph again. We're gonna be without Joseph this week.
Our special guest.
We all been really busy, so we're gonna keep it short and sweet today.
We say that every time. It's never true. All right,
read off our most true.
Read off the triptych, man.
All right, so we're gonna keep it real simple. And
why, Tristan?
Because I just wanted that response.
I'm just gonna hype up a game that I'm looking forward to and like digging through my wallet trying to scrape up the cash for it. Monster Hunter is coming out soon.
You're not digging the game. You're digging through your wallet for the game, but you're not digging the game.
Well, yeah. You be quiet. I don't need your nonsense.
Okay, so what number Monster Hunter is, or did they get rid of the number and they have
Monster Hunter really doesn't ever have a number. It's always said just like a
the number doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's just there for show.
So it's just like, oh, I got Monster Hunter. Which one?
Yes.
Well, there's actually a lot more than we've even seen in the U.S. because there's Monster Hunter Frontier, which was I believe it was Frontier. It was an online version that was released for PC, but never in the U.S. It was only in the foreign countries.
Darn foreign countries getting all our games.
Getting all our good games. And I was stoked when I heard that there was going to be a console-based Monster Hunter again, because it was fun. I really liked the mechanic they had on Monster Hunter Tri, where you could switch your character between your console and your handheld. So, like, you could play it at home, then you could take them on the go when you need to, which you could do with the Switch now, too.
Monster Hunter Try Harder noob.
But the new Monster Hunter is actually only coming out for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. And its release date is going to be January 26th of this upcoming year. So it's actually really close.
I'm looking at the Monster Hunter Wikia, and it looks like some of them have numbers behind them. So
Some do.
Lied.
Some do. Not all. Get out of here.
Let's read some of these. Shall we?
Oh no!
Alex, why do you have to be a little SOB? Get out of here.
There's Monster Hunter Freedom. The pictures haven't come up, so I can't read the rest of it. But
why do you scroll?
Trust me.
It'll get there. You can continue. I'll pause you when I get.
You can scroll to the bottom and see the
hold on.
resources.
Okay, so Monster Hunter Freedom, Monster Hunter Freedom 2, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite,
That's
Monster
not a number.
Hunter 3 Try, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Monster Hunter Generations,
That's not a number.
Monster Hunter World coming in 2018. There's also Monster Hunter Dynamic Hunting, Monster Hunter Story,
Not a number,
which
not
is
a
spelled
number.
odd because it's Storie.
I think no, that's EY. Never mind. I don't know why that. Wait, are you sure it's not sortie and not story?
No, the T was first.
What are we gonna make this story short and then you're just doing all this nonsense?
This is nonsense.
I'm sorry. I because I was like, I know that there were numbers.
There are numbers. I said there's some.
Four. No, you're like,
say,
no, they don't really care about the numbers, so they leave them off.
I gotta say though, Alex, after hearing your list, I kind of agree that they don't care that much about the numbers. They only use numbers if they're like, this is a direct sequel to one of our other ambiguously named titles. Yes.
I just like how there were so many freedoms.
Freedom unites.
That was, if I wasn't mistaken, that's the PSP version of the game.
I got
or Monster Hunter.
That was the PSP and iOS version of the game.
So
Also, Monster Hunter Freedom 2 was PSP, and
yes.
Monster Hunter Freedom.
And United should have been also. So yeah, so the new title that's coming out is called Monster Hunter World. So what, as far as I've seen in trailers, they did emphasis. There was a huge emphasis on environmental effects on the large monsters and a lot of tools to utilize in this game. A lot more than you usually see in Monster Hunter. Like you always had your traps, being able to trank, your tainted meats to either you would put paralysis in meat and you could place it where the monster goes to feed and it would paralyze the monster. So like there was a lot of environmental things where you could pull a monster in a room and knock debris and stuff on him to do damage, and a lot of stuff to pin him down, which have existed in the Monster Hunter world, but what I see, there's more of an emphasis in this. And stuff to like cloak yourself and like sneak around the monster, which is kind of cool, and hide yourself.
Do you get like a Metal Gear Solid box?
No, you don't get box, unfortunately.
So, I mean, what I'd seen of Monster Hunter always, it's like play with your friends, grab a team, and go smash this monster.
Mm-hmm.
It all seemed to be kind of based around, party abilities to restrain the monster so that people can wail on it better, and knowing like what damage it puts out and what damage it's weak to. But sneaking never felt like it was that important. It all just seemed like jump on the thing as hard as you can.
No, well, that's because what you're looking at is just the aspects of like the trails and stuff. With a lot of Monster Hunter, like in all their games, there usually were two large monsters in an arena or in an area that you travel to, and a big one that was freaking sort of get the hell out of here was when you were fighting a monster and Devil Joe would pop in. Devil Joe was this scarred up, big jawed, like spiky jawed enemy that would just destroy you if you were not expecting him, and you literally would have to run away from the mob. And
wait, so is Monster Hunter multiplayer, or is this because I always thought Monster Hunter you were by yourself trying to capture monsters?
You can do by yourself, but you can also do multiplayer, and they also did in a couple of games where you got to have companions that were NPCs to assist you. But
I still call that
they were
by
cats,
yourself.
right?
No,
they were cats.
There were cats. There were other things.
I wish Tuberil would assist me.
I just remember him talking about the cats once. He's like, yeah, you can do like acrobatic stunts with the cats, like you jump off the cat's face or whatever. I was like, what?
So,
am I right about that? Was that right?
But wait, the cats. The most recent game generations,
there were like tag team attacks and crap.
You have like aerial stuff.
Well, yeah, that was the more recent games. You're able to leap at the large monsters and mount them and do stuff similar to that. Monster Hunter has always consisted of a team of 4 hunters in all the games, and you've always had the option to link up to people with various means to go out and hunt. It was always a squad of 4, but you don't have to go with a squad of 4. If you know you can easily do it with 2, you just go. There's no restriction saying, oh, you need this many people to do the hunt. If you can do it by yourself, you can do it by yourself. The online versions are always harder than the offline, but as a skill as a player and or if your gear is exceptionally good, you could do the online multiplayer hunts by yourself. If you, like I said, were skilled enough to do so. It didn't say you couldn't, which was really nice. The new one, the map looks really cool. I think it's completely streamlined. I didn't see like you walking through zone lines and stuff, which would be really cool if that is the case. It looked very open. They added a lot of mobility to like move around. I seen like zip lines and other things. So it looks like there's a lot of mechanics in the game, which will be more than I've seen before, at least for myself. And just new large monsters. I haven't played all the Monster Hunters, so I don't know if there's any reoccurring monsters that were in the older games.
Guessing there's going to be a giant chicken.
I've seen Diablos is in there, and also
a summon spirit from Final Fantasy.
No,
or from Diablo.
I think his name was just Diablo.
Well, Diablos was
Diablo.
Diablos was a freaking nasty monster in Monster Hunter. He's pretty intense to fight. and he was seen in a trailer along with Baroth, which Baroth was just a medium monster that was usually fight in the beginning.
Baroth is Sephiroth incarnated as a bear.
So they did show a lot of instances where the large monsters were fighting with each other. So it does look like you'll have a lot more interaction with getting the enemies to pit themselves against each other, which you could have happen in other Monster Hunters, but they really never directly fought each other. They would accidentally hit each other, and literally do damage, but they wouldn't like specifically go after one another.
Ooh.
So it kind of looked like they actually have that mechanic in this game, which will be a really cool thing to play with.
So it's not just Monster Hunter anymore. It's Monster Hunter hunting monsters hunting monsters.
Maybe. We'll see.
Monster Hunter Hunter Monster.
Well, that's one thing I always love about Monster Hunter is you could like figure out things that you could take advantage of in the game, and if you knew what you were doing, you made the fights a lot easier. It's like, well, yeah, I can bait him into doing this for me, and then I got him. You know.
All right. So when does this game release?
January 26th, and the beta is coming out on the 9th of December. So if you want to give it a try, if you want to try out Monster Hunter, it's an action RPG. So there's no needing to know huge combos, doing anything fancy. You pretty much just run in, hit slash, and dodge, and just
Is
keep
there an
moving.
actual like story?
Most Monster Hunters do have a story. I was actually kind of disappointed.
This monster came in and destroyed my home. Hunt him down. Also hunt down everything in between me and him.
To an extent, actually, yeah, a lot of them do drive from that, which isn't a bad thing. It's how they do it though, because they'll do it as progression, like you're trying to figure it out. You're going on like where this monster came from, and you meet other monsters because you went to go find clues in this area, and you fight another big monster that lives in that terrain. So it is usually a pretty simple storyline, but sometimes they do really well. Like I like Try's story, which was simple but nice. And Generations, I hated. It did not do anything for me. But yeah, they usually have something that's simple but good. So I hope they do something with it in this one. I can't say for sure what they plan to do in this one.
All right, I have a very important question.
What?
Have you yourself ever captured Devil Joe?
Yes. Several times.
Because you were always like, oh my god, he's a freaking pain in the ass that he's
He is
so hard.
And showed up. Get out of here, Devil Joe.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if this was like some mystical creature that was like
he's
the
the
hardest
rage
one to
monster.
get.
He freaking rages. Like you know, like he goes Hulk on you. He's literally giant and green. And when he's PO'd, his muscles swell up to where they look like they ripped open, and I believe they actually do. And where you can see his the individual strains of his muscle. He gets red and yeah, dude, it's intense. Devil Joe is like, oh damn. But then you get to a point to where you can fight him specifically. You're like, hey, let's go get Devil Joe. Let's get him.
Sure, that's part of the storyline.
Yeah.
Devil Joe never.
Devil Joe is the one who destroyed his.
No, that's the worst part. Is Devil Joe wasn't even the one who destroyed his house. It's just like some other big freaking monster, and while you're going around, like the whole thing is that you're killing off these other monsters because you want their bits,
yes,
so that you can make better armor and weapons to take on the monster that destroyed his house. And then Devil Joe shows up and he's like, "Why are you taking all my bits?"
Oh wait, like that fecal sword.
Oh my god!
It's back. You mean the Dookie knife?
Yeah, that's where the Dookie all started.
That's where the Dookie all started.
It was a discussion about Monster Hunter.
It was. Because that's Dookie Kiba's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full circle. We just need to have at this moment in the podcast Circle of Life by Elton John start playing.
It makes me wonder, though, because Monster Hunter's so successful, how Evolve ended up sucking.
Whoa.
Because Evolve is basically Monster Hunter,
No,
except a player controls the monster.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have a group
I
of
get what he's
four
saying. I get what he's
that
saying.
go and try to kill / capture, essentially it's kill a monster, and the monster is trying to kill them.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have any of the other mechanics, Malachi, but it
Yeah.
is like the same concept.
Yeah.
He's right about that.
Yeah.
Group of hunters go after one monster. Monster goes, no, and then it gets his butt kicked. Only
it did not
unless
fare
Jake
well.
is playing the monster, then we all get our butts kicked.
Like there were so many people playing the beta, and then the actual game came out, and it just flatlined.
I played Evolve 2, the re-evolving. I forgot what it was called.
Revolving.
The revolving. Evolve Stage 2. It was just called Stage 2. That's what it was. Because the monsters evolved in stages, so they played on that. I remember that now.
Yes.
Evolve Stage 2. Okay. All right.
So yeah,
that's
I'm excited. I'm gonna try to entice other people to be excited and want to do it.
We had no idea you were excited about this. I thought that you couldn't wait for it not to be a thing, and that's why
I
you talked
mean,
about it
you
so
weren't
much.
digging it.
Uh-oh.
I know, right? But well, no, it's just that like I only really hype about with the people I know that really want that know it. Tristan's just like, yeah, that's cool, Malachi. Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice, Malachi.
Yeah.
What
see?
were we talking about?
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, so that's all we have for you guys today. Just Malachi's excited about Monster Hunter. You should check it out. It has an interesting game style. Like I said, it's a action RPG. There is no leveling in the game. It's you defeat the monster you want that looks pretty. You wear them.
You wait, hold on. You wear the monster?
Yep.
Did you not pick up on that when we were
I mean,
saying
talk about
you build
bits.
them for their bits
I mean,
to
from
make?
what I've seen, a lot of the monsters are bigger than you. So how can you wear a monster?
You wear the
Cut it into
monster.
little smaller pieces and make it into armor.
You cosplay the monster. Come on, just a smaller
Cosplay
version.
By using the monster.
Oh my
World's darkest cosplay.
That's actually an interesting way to view it.
All
Oh,
right, here, folks. Monster Hunter Try. Cosplay your favorite monster.
That's Monster Hunter Worlds.
All right, that too.
So you don't
yeah.
care, Tristan?
We had a good entire podcast of
Monster.
Malachi's Meanderings.
Yeah. So, but look forward to the live stream, which should be done and over with, and you'll be getting this after.
No,
We're a podcast behind.
Yeah, I just thought about it.
Right there.
I just thought about that, though. I was like, hey, we could do reminder of live stream, but this isn't going to be out in time.
Oh, next week.
So go backward and check our live stream.
Yeah, go back. If you haven't watched it, go watch the recording, because
Or watch it again so that you're back in chronological order.
there you go.
And we're talking about the December live stream. But you can also
Yes.
go back to the November one and the October one and so on and so forth.
Listen to
Are
our
you going to just
nonsense.
list the months backwards?
I
now?
was thinking about it, and I was like, no,
No.
I won't make anyone listen to that.
All right, well, we're going to get going. You guys, everyone have a wonderful night. Thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody. Hashtag goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, there we go. It's done.
Done.
It's
How
done.
long was it?
20 minutes.
Bam! Look at that. 20 minutes.
All we got to do for short podcasts is make sure that we only have one topic, and it's Malachi's. The best part is that we won't have to do much balancing at all because, like, Malachi was the only one talking. It'll be
Yeah.
great.
I mean,
Well, you guys
we
are
can't
harassing
stand
me.
it.
We
Yeah.
like chimed in,
Alex.
but if like that's a little
Chimed
bad,
in,
loud,
Alex.
Nobody else.
Go away. There's
No.
numbers.
Thanks to the following patrons for making this video possible. Support us at patreon.com/player4podcast.